All right. So I was looking at this video. I came across this video randomly the other day on YouTube. In case this is someplace other than YouTube at the moment, who knows how these things may spiral out. And it was right after having said some things and done some things. It seems like I've been saying some things and doing some things here for quite some time now. And it was full of advice from some woman about what it is to not seek validation elsewhere, and to find inner acceptance, and so many things. They tell you about how to just be self-sufficient to yourself, and so basically what the gist of it was to be the type of person that you want to that you'd want to date. That's not really what I'm on, the dating thing right now. I'm on some other stuff. The suggestions that she was giving, like not seeking validation elsewhere and all this stuff, and being self-sufficient to yourself, and accepting of yourself, and not needing. It's not necessarily about that. See, like just a moment ago, I put up an image of my comic, It's Anthony. Like me at 10 years of age. And then I put up another image of me in a boxing ring at the age I am now, I'm 51 currently, with boxing gear on. So why do you even bother in the first place, right? You may ask. Because you're not putting it up there for yourself necessarily. Sometimes you are. You're putting it up there for yourself either way. But you're putting it up there to be seen and viewed by others, critiqued by others, embraced or eschewed by others, not embraced by others. Did I use that word correctly? Eschewed, So why do you even bother? See, because the line of business that I'm trying to get in generally is the type of line of business that says, look, no matter what, all this and all that, doesn't matter this, doesn't matter that, maybe this matters, maybe that doesn't matter, but it does look for some kind, it does have some kind of thing to say, well, okay, so what are your credits? Do you have any kind of credits? Okay, so you're an up-and-comer. You have no credits, per se. Or maybe you do, but we're not giving you credit for that because we can't verify that you are indeed a light worker. Whatever the hell that happens to be, or turns out to be, may go on and turn out to be. That's a credit that I'm claiming. Now, that within itself, if it can be verified, well, there's a lot I can do with that. If it can be verified. Now, I know what I am. Like we're talking about when we opened up. At least just know what you are, and take a stock in that, and comfort and solace in that. But I got all that. But when I come talking to you, like, hey, I know that I'm a psychiatrist. I know that I'm a psychologist. I know that I am meeting this criteria and that qualification and all the rest of this. But you don't know it. Now, I just stroll up on you and arrest you. And you're like, okay, who the hell are you? Show me a badge. Show me some credentials, a siren, something besides just a goddamn gun. And you're sitting here dressed like a fucking thug. So yeah, I've got a few things going on. There are things that I'm looking for out there. This is the line of business that I'm choosing. So it's not so much about validation, seeking validation or acceptance and all that. It's like, let's say you had something, and I don't know. So let's say you're Beethoven, and Beethoven's over there chipping away at what he's chipping away at. When he was done with it, he didn't go and take it and burn it the fuck up. His score over there, whatever he's working on, his compositions, he wrote it down, put it down there, and said, well, look, here it is. Then he'd go and take his black ass over there and get started again on another one. And all his madness and lunacy that he was going on during the time, if you know anything about Beethoven. So this is the story, this is the account of Beethoven. And to this day, I personally appreciate Beethoven. I love Moonlight Sonata. I really don't trip off of what he was and how he was and whether he's a people person, not a people person, well liked, embraced, or just had issues because he was going deaf and it was fucking with him and everything else was fucking with him. He had his personal issues. You know, I like Van Gogh. I like Starry Nights. I hear he had mental illness. They say he was bipolar of sorts. He cut off his damn ear. I think it was his left ear. If it wasn't his left, then it had to have been his right. And after he finished Starry Nights, he didn't just take it and put it under a bush like Jesus spoke of in the Bible, the candle, putting it under a bush. He put it out there so you can have it and do whatever it is you're going to do with it. So prosperity's sake, or for posterity, on down the line, we have Starry Nights and we have Moonlight Sonata. Both are nighttime themes, nocturnal themes. By the way. Isn't that a coincidence? Isn't that Skippy? So now I've got something called the Lone Shadow, dichotomous one angel, Anthony, it's Anthony, and some of the things that I like to try my hand at. And this is a line of business that I chose. Whether there's money being made or not, accrued or not, it doesn't matter. It's still business at hand. It's the business at hand. It's business taking place. I don't know that Beethoven made very much money. And I know good damn well Van Gogh didn't make that much money. Beethoven made enough to get by. So suffice it to be starving artist, whatever. But yeah, I am looking to make something that is worthwhile to be appreciated for what it is by someone in this world other than just myself. Otherwise, I don't think I would bother. So, am I seeking validation outwardly? I guess, what else am I supposed to do in this line of business? So give me a break, lady, with all your advice about what it is to be a real man. Or the type of man that would be considered an upstanding man, or a man to be desirable man, or whatever the case happens to be. You know, you got to take it with a grain of salt. And not everything is black and white. There's a lot of gray area going on there with just about everything that you do or don't do. You can't oversimplify things, yeah? As a matter of fact, we're looking at a gray pavement right now, aren't we? Now, what shade of gray is that? Perhaps one of the most common shades of gray. Oh, and while we're at it, right now I'm a little elevated. And I got on this subject because, once again, I've got the government trying to thwart my efforts and what I do. Now, I put up the picture, the image, the cartoon image in my post of It's Anthony. And I put up the image of me at 51 years of age in a boxing ring, in boxing gear. And just as soon as I shared that, I've got the government over here giving me the runaround as I'm trying to pursue or continue or proceed along those lines of the introduction and follow through with the first comic over here for It's Anthony, the official one with the new opening comic strip illustrated motif. You know? And once again, here's the government over here just trying to thwart me at every turn. So I'm a little extra right now because I'm really sick of them with their foot up my butt. And as far as Lee Carroll goes, I really can't expect Lee Carroll to do anything other than what Lee Carroll's going to do. Lee Carroll's about whatever he's about. He hasn't spoken to me in a way that says, you know, hey, we haven't been introduced yet officially, but I've gone to see him in Sanford, Florida. I went to go see Cryon and them, and whoever else is there. So maybe a good bit of that's to my fault. Maybe I just don't know how to go about doing things because I got so much stress going on with all these things going on in my lifestyle and how things working, how working out for me. Maybe I'm more like Beethoven and Van Gogh over here without necessarily the mental illness factor, but some other shit that's making me that way. Like Beethoven was going deaf. He wasn't happy about that shit. He had issues with the ladies as well. As if he really wasn't a ladies' man. He wasn't happy about that shit. Van Gogh, I had to do a little more research on him. But he had some shit going on, like he wasn't too skippy. Anyway, I'm asking this guy, I was asking Lee Carroll, just to go ahead and do a little something, go ahead and talk to Cry and see if we can get a little confirmation of whether or not I'm a light worker, which I know that I am. But it's not for saying, hey, look, I'm a light worker, now you can validate. No, it's just to say, look, and once we get that out of the way and you understand that I am what I am, then maybe we can stop putting things up on our description on our YouTube about being a nigger dog, a lowly nigger dog. When you want to know about my bio, oh, it's just a lowly nigger dog. Because that's really what I am, right? But Jesus, he was special. You know why? Because he had confirmation for quite a few things. Hey, I show you think pictures and you think videos. You say, well, that's not that impressive. We read the Bible. He walks on water. He raises the dead. He heals the infirm. But if some dove were to descend down out of the sky, or the Christ heart or whatever it was to come down out of the sky and say, this is my son in whom I'm well pleased, and everyone can get confirmation of that, we really wouldn't care what Jesus did, right? We'd hope that he'd go out there and do something extra skippy and special. But he would still be like Fredo from the Corleone family, the Godfather. Maybe not Michael. He's not Michael. He's not Sonny. But he's still Fredo. He's still a Corleone. So you can just walk around as Corleone, Fredo Corleone, and say, well, you've got a credit for that. So that's where I was at with Lee Carroll the other day. Hey, but Lee Carroll doesn't owe me nothing. For all I know, Cryne's over there telling Lee Carroll, hey, we're going to fuck with Anthony along with the government and everybody else, who's fucking with it, and the devil, or if you believe in that, I believe in something likened to the devil. Some energy on this planet that's just, hey, has his foot up Jesus' ass, had his foot up Siddhartha's ass, a.k.a. Buddha, or transcended into the Buddha, and it has his foot up my ass. And just like it had its foot up of Jesus' ass and Siddhartha's ass and so many others' asses, in a very real way, not just some proverbial foot, but an actual foot, a tangible foot, like it was at Judas, like it was at the scribes and Pharisees. I have an actual foot, a physical foot from the government up my ass. And that's where I'm at right now. So excuse me, I'm a little extra. Excuse me if I'm reaching out in the line of business that I've chosen to find someone who will endorse it eventually. It doesn't have to be right here now. It really doesn't. I know that things can be like it can be like an incubator with an egg, or a cocoon, a chrysalis with a butterfly, and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's the line of business that I chose. So I'm looking to come up with some magnum opus, if that's what it takes, to invariably find myself being, I don't know, I just saw a butterfly, as a matter of fact, fly over there, being transitioned from just a lowly nigger dog to having a credit out there that says, hey, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. He did that one thing. Oh, yeah, we know that guy. So come on in here, Mr. whatever your name is. We haven't quite forgotten you yet, but you had that credit, and that credit still gets you in this door. So if you'd like to have a seat at this table and talk to us about some things, you're welcome to do so, because we know you've got something there that says you're worthwhile talking to. And you may just have some more going on there. We see your substance, right? So Lee Carroll comes on, and they come on, they say, well, I am this, I am that, and I've been doing this for such and such a long time, and we're going on, and we started in 1988, or was it 1989, and so forth, crying, and I wrote a book, and not just him, everyone else who does that, they do that. But really all he has to do is come on and say, look, I'm Jesus' older brother, and I've got confirmation of that. And like Fredo with the Corleones, it really doesn't matter what you do from there on out. You got people who want to listen. So let's hopefully you do something more positive and not be so stressed out about it, what you're stressed out about, because this energy and very real feats, like I'm talking about, the government knows damn well who I am, has their foot up your ass 24/7.